Hi guys, and thanks for watching our weather update on July 18th, 2023. So looking at the latest radar, just to let you know that the satellite on weather.com is faulty today. There's some sort of error with it. It's just not loading in the zone that we are in. It just shows plain like navy. It just isn't showing anything. Any satellite, it's off. So we can't show you that today. But so starting off with the radar from today, so you can see that we had some rain this morning in the east. That cleared off, and showers developed. Not thunderstorms though, unfortunately for me. Though we did, I think, manage one lightning strike. We managed just one strike. If we zoom in there, over North Cork at about 1 p.m. There was one there. That orange cross was one strike of lightning. But other than that, there was no thunder activity at all. It was just rain and showers. That was it really. So this time my impressions did deceive me, but only this time. Just those charts did make me think that there'd be a lot of energy in the atmosphere after the rain to generate some big storms. But obviously, there were some factors that I didn't really see. So, for example, it stays quite cloudy and cool in the east and southeast after the rain clears. Maybe that difference in temperature may have not a difference in temperature. The fact that it was so low, that there was less energy available, that may have dampened down the storms, for example, or dampened down the chance of storms, should I say? That sort of stuff, and things just didn't go to plan for me today. I think that was a factor that I didn't really see yesterday. Anyway, going forward, the showers in the east and southeast. There was one quite heavy one there, for a time across the east and southeast in the evening. Before they all scooted away, and this evening is mainly dry, bar a few showers over Ulster, but even they're dying out and sinking down towards Leinster. But really, about 10 p.m, doing a tiny little blob there over Leash at 10:15. This is the UKV high res forecast. So today those showers died off in the east. Into tonight, we will see variable cloud and some clear spells, and by the end of the night, a few showers will just trickle into the north. Tomorrow, showers will form widely in the north and east, some heavy, especially towards the afternoon and evening. Dry in the west and southwest, with some decent sunny spells here. Winds in from the northwest tomorrow, so quite cool. Tomorrow night we'll see again variable clouds, quite clear though, especially towards the end of the night in the Midlands, east and south, and west as well. Bit cloudy in the north with some further showers. Thursday sees more showers forming again, most widespread in the east and north, driest in the west and south, and off into Thursday night. A bit of a cloudy night there, and by morning we see some outbreaks of rain and drizzle approaching Donegal, the west of Northern Ireland, and into Sligo, Leitrim, Cavan, that sort of area. They gradually push eastwards across Ulster in the morning before clearing off in Scotland. Sorry about that. Friday is quite a cloudy day for many areas. Could be a few showers, but quite cloudy on Friday. And late on Friday night, we're likely to see some rain moving from the west. And by Saturday at midnight, it'll be engulfing the whole country. Into Saturday itself, more rain moves into the west. So quite a wet day on Saturday. And into Sunday, we see showers forming, especially some quite big ones in the west and north. Now, they look severe, but this time I won't go as far as to say that there'll be thunderstorms, okay? I've learned my lesson. Okay, so yeah, famous last words. I think that Are we done dirty again? Okay, so moving on. Temperature forecasts. Sorry about that, guys. This afternoon, temperatures getting towards 18, 19 degrees anywhere southwest of the line from like Wexford up towards Ballina. Elsewhere, like 15 at best on the east coast, where cloud lingers, and 17 in between those areas. Into this evening, gradually cools down from the north. And we see things clearing up. Lows tonight about 11 to 13 degrees, coolest in the north, mildest in the south. Off into tomorrow, Wednesday, values rise to about possibly 20 degrees in the far southeast, and 15 degrees in the north, and gradually getting warmer the further south you go. Towards the end of Wednesday, sort of Thursday, lows reach quite chilly lows actually, of about 8, 9 degrees in the northeast, Midlands, northwest, and into the southwest. Elsewhere, 10, 11 degrees. Into Thursday itself, values again very, very similar to Wednesday's. Bit cooler though, I think, on Thursday, with values more like 14, 15 in the north, more like 19 degrees in the south, possibly a 20 there around Waterford. Into Thursday evening, Friday morning, values less chilly. Actually, now, hang on, I made me stop. Sorry about that. It's slightly less chilly on Thursday night. 10 degrees in the east on average. Further west, about 13. In between, like, gradually getting milder the further west you go. And into when Friday, as again you can see values rising very, very similar over the next few days. In the north, about 14 degrees. In the south, getting towards 19 degrees on the coast, and widely 17. And into Saturday morning, lows, again less cold. That's a warm sector, does move in from the west. So in the east, about 12 degrees or 13 degrees. For the west, about 15. In between, about 13 and 14. The milder, the further west you go. Into Saturday, very widely around like 17 degrees inland and in the east and south. Western and northern coasts, around 15. So quite not... that would be quite chilly, but because it's sort of like humid, in any stages where it's not windy and wet, it actually won't feel that bad. Sunday morning, very mild night on Saturday night. Widely about 15 degrees. It's been a long while since we've seen a warm night. This July has been lacking nights where it's been so hard to sleep. Through July so far, I have slept perfectly in a thick duvet. I'm not even joking. It just shows you how cool this July has been. And that is the first humid night that we're seeing, I think, in quite a while, actually. Long while. I think even back in June. June was the last time we saw this sort of stuff. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think I'm right. And into Sunday, actually quite a warm day. So in the north, anywhere north of the line from Limerick to Dublin, you're in the 20s, except on the north coast. But in the south, you're around 17 or 18 degrees. I think that's because we have more cloud there. This is the latest NAO forecast observed and also it's observed. Stages through the year. And you can see the index is on the side. The NAO is the North Atlantic Oscillation, and that measures the pressure between Iceland and the Azores. You normally have a positive NAO means that you have low over Iceland and high over the Azores, and those two features are very strong, and that normally drives in the westerly wind. But in the summer, the Azores high is normally strong anyway, so actually that means if you've got a positive NAO in the summer, you've got a very strong Azores high ridging into us, and the low pressure that is also very strong is normally only around Greenland and Iceland, well away from us. And that means that we normally get some warm and dry weather, and if a ridge from the Azores high breaks eastwards over Central Europe, that is the key to our heat waves. So we want a positive NAO for that. With a negative NAO in summer, you got high pressure towards Greenland, Iceland, that sort of area, and the low that's normally there in the summer gets shunted southwards towards our area. And that's exactly what we're seeing now. So throughout July, we know it's been a very cool and wet month, very showery. It's been a very negative NAO month. And say this forecast gets us towards the 1st of August, and for the rest of July, over the next few days, NAO will trend less neutral before hovering just very slightly under that neutral line. So a very, very slightly negative NAO for the last week of July, or 10 days of July. So that suggests that the Azores high will be a bit stronger, but I don't think that will be enough to come into us, if you see what I mean. We still have plenty of low pressure influences from the west and north, and you will see exactly how that will work with these runs. So this is GFS 12's run. We go through it. So say that trough moving eastwards brought showers, not thunderstorms. Tomorrow, Wednesday, sees showery weather, as well as Thursday. I think Friday will be dry but cloudier, before rain moves into the west, ahead of that area of low pressure on Saturday and Sunday. That low pressure comes rattling over us on Sunday, so showery on Sunday. Into Monday, we see that tracking eastwards, pulls the wind into the north, into Tuesday as well, before another low moves in on Wednesday. And that clears out. Northerly winds on Friday, July 28th, before on Saturday, July 29th, a ridge from the Azores high tries to get going, but I think it's flattened off. Yeah, it's flattened off by a westerly wind on the last day of July. But quite warm as well, with the wind actually more southwesterly, with that high over Central Europe. Had that low been like here, where the analysis, that would get the wind in from the south. That is exactly what we need for a heat wave. Just that low needs to behave. And then off into the start of August, we're still westerly. The Azores high is quite strong there to our southwest, and the lows. The storm track seems to be shifting further north. This is the ECMWF 12 that run. You can see that trough moving on today. Cool and showery next 2 days or so. Friday will be dry with that ridge in from the Azores high. So that will eliminate any shower risk into Friday, and eventually Saturday, that next area of low moves in from the northwest, so showery and wet, windy. Northerly winds next week before backing westerly into Tuesday, Wednesday next week. Deep low right there. That looks autumnal and cold. Well, I think cold, but cool and showery, wet. That's concerning. So UK Met run. That low pressure moving away today, followed by that low during the weekend. That comes in Sunday, moves out Monday. Northerly winds before they're back westerly, with the next area of low next Tuesday. Not looking good for anyone who wants to have some beach days. Anyway, moving off into GM12 says, showery northwesterly winds, followed by rainy westerly winds. That area of low sits right over us. Now, had this occurred in January, this would cause a lot of, and I mean a lot of interest in the weather. These lows diving from the northwest to the southeast are the keys sometimes to seeing widespread snow. Again, now, icon run. Low pressure moves in from northwest to southeast. Northerly winds after it. And these storm tracks are just coming in like this. Like that's quite unusual. And in the winter, that will create a lot of snow. This is the icon finally. Sorry, not the icon, the arpege. You can see low pressure moving through. Showery over the next few days before that area of low pressure does sink through over the weekend. Quite deep low there actually on Sunday. So that's us now. It's not too great if you want sunshine, but I mean, we need to be matter of fact here. Anyway, enjoy your day and I'll see you tomorrow.